Jones versus Aspinall, is that sort of the big priority, and you think that's the biggest fight the promotion can put on in 2025?
100%. And I think it's probably the biggest fight in heavyweight history, and it's a massive fight in the history of the company too. It's a big fight.
Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall are set for a thrilling heavyweight unification clash, promising an electrifying showdown in MMA history.
From day one, I've been confident that Jon Jones would do that fight, right? I mean, even before the fight, I said if he won, there's no way Jon doesn't do this fight. Jon Jones isn't afraid to fight anybody.
UFC President Dana White announced in December 2024 that the heavyweight unification fight will take place in 2025 for the undisputed title.
Would you guarantee 100% we see that fight?
Yeah, I'll say 100%.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fans worldwide have anticipated this clash, pitting Jones's dominance against Aspinall's rapid rise, ending months of speculation and rivalry. Tom Aspinall has repeatedly called out Jon Jones, even during his victory speeches.
Hello, Jon. I have nothing against you personally, but I just think I'm better than you. I just know that I can beat you in a fight, so I'm coming for it.
At a press conference, Dana White defended Jon Jones against claims of avoiding fights, highlighting his fearless history of facing any challenger, including Tom Aspinall. He said, "Jon Jones has never been afraid to fight anyone. That's a fact. The only unusual incident involving him happened when his terrible camp mishandled the situation with Chael Sonnen, refusing to take the fight on short notice." Dana White addressed the Chael Sonnen incident, clarifying that it was Jones's team, not Jones himself, who turned down the short notice fight, calling it one of the UFC's oddest decisions. He said, "Aside from that, it wasn't him. It was his team making the decisions. For some reason, he trusted them, but honestly, that's one of the dumbest moves in UFC history. Apart from that, Jon Jones is the kind of guy who never backs down from a fight behind the scenes." Jon Jones, regarded as the greatest MMA fighter of all time, has built his legacy by defeating top competitors, with Dana White offering high praise for his achievements.
Jon Jones as the champion, so obviously a win for him is big. Imagine if we could end up with with an England versus Jon Jones fight.
Jones debuted in the UFC in 2008, and by 2011 became the youngest champion in UFC history at 23, claiming the light heavyweight title.
Jon Jones or Tom Aspinall. So if you don't know MMA world, sorry to bore you, but Tom Aspinall is UFC's #1 right now. Jon Jones is, he's seen as the best MMA fighter on the planet. Dana White's got a massive for him, says he's unbeatable. Honestly, I think if you put Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall in a room and said one man leaves, I think Tom Aspinall leaves that room.
Jones's record speaks to his skill, with victories over legends like Daniel Cormier, Lyoto Machida, and Rashad Evans. As the reigning UFC heavyweight champion, he has recently faced criticism for allegedly avoiding a fight with interim champion Tom Aspinall.
I think Jon Jones, I can't badmouth the guy. He's got an amazing record, but he's definitely ducking Tom Aspinall, 100%. And I think he's even said he doesn't want to fight Tom Aspinall after his next fight. He's pretty much going to retire after this fight, so he's ducking Tom Aspinall. He can say what he wants, but actions speak louder than words. So there we go. Anyway, the answer to that question is Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is kicking Jon Jones.
Chael Sonnen suggested that Jon Jones might show a new version of himself in a fight against Aspinall. He discussed with Teddy Atlas how Aspinall's aggressive and fast approach could lead to an exciting, unpredictable battle.
The Jon Jones that you saw will not be the Jon Jones that fights Tom Aspinall. Teddy Atlas, I had this conversation with Teddy, and I said, "Coach, he's not missing. He's spinning around backwards where he can't even see the opponent. I don't think he missed a shot against Stipe." When I spoke to Tom said he was watching slow motion. He said, "I got all the respect for Stipe, but he was simply too slow, and Jon was too slow. Not one of those spins, not one of those things would have I ever been there." And that is a real reality with youth. Generally, you will give that back for size. Like if Tom Aspinall turns out to be the faster of the two, oh, by the way, and he's that big, that'd be something. That'd be something special to see.
Sean O'Malley discussed the challenge Jones faces for his legacy, suggesting he could retire without fighting Aspinall and still be seen as the greatest. He noted that a loss to Aspinall might affect Jones's record for some, but others may not care, considering Jones could be past his prime.
Tom Aspinall? God damn. It's like everyone, it's like you risk going down as the, no matter what, you don't have to fight again. Greatest of all time, people will say that. You're the greatest of all time, greatest of all, Jon Jones. Or you risk it, go fight Tom Aspinall, possibly lose, and then it's like, he was the greatest. Then they're saying, yeah, but he wasn't in his prime, so you're still the greatest of all time. But are you? Like, what do you do? Just completely avoid that fight?
Jon Jones downplayed the challenge posed by Tom Aspinall, citing significant size and age differences that made the matchup less appealing to him.
He does nothing for me. If you're a person that wants to see me really challenged, then I get it. 7 years younger, like 35 pounds bigger than me, right? I get it. It's like, wow, this Jon's so good. We finally found someone way younger and way bigger than him. Let's see how he does against that. I get that narrative.
Jones also expressed that a fight with Aspinall might not be as lucrative or exciting as his bout with Cyril Gane, showing a lack of interest in pursuing the matchup. Jon Jones is a force of nature in the octagon, a master of every aspect of MMA, leaving chaos in his wake. His reach dominates, overwhelming opponents before they even see him strike.
That's the real Jon Jones. So many times we have told Jon Jones, be yourself, don't pretend to be a nice guy. He's always thought that's an insult. Like, well, if I'm pretending to be a nice guy, then you must say that I'm not. No, Jon Jones is a competitor, and you look at his eyes right here, in the eyes of what's telling the story. Muhammad Ali had a very famous quote. He said, if you ever dream of beating me, wake up and apologize. Jon Jones cannot believe that Tom Aspinall thinks he can beat him. He cannot believe that he's standing next to him and saying things to the media. Jon Jones is still hungry, and he's a true competitor, and that look in his eye, Daniel, that's the real Jon Jones.
Michael Jai White agreed with Jon Jones's view on the potential fight with Aspinall, acknowledging Aspinall's talent, but comparing him to Alex Pereira, whose two-division legacy was more established. White noted that while Aspinall held the interim championship, his legacy was not yet on par with Pereira's.
I mean, Jon's account is accurate. Tom Aspinall's new. There was a lot of new people that came and went, okay? Tom Aspinall is very talented, but if he's talking about legacy, I gotta say, you know, Alex Pereira is a two-division champion. Tom Aspinall has the interim championship, but I mean, yeah, I gotta say, yeah, legacy-wise, Pereira is a good fight for him.
Michael Jai White praised Jon Jones for his continued improvement, citing his dominant performance against Stipe Miocic, the longest reigning heavyweight champion. White highlighted how Jones had evolved, especially in his punch technique and overall strategy. He said, I think Jon has improved. He completely shut down the former longest reigning heavyweight champion. He dominated him. It looks like he's truly mastered the game. Cyril Gane, a top UFC heavyweight, has shared his views on both Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall, offering insights into their fighting styles and his place within the heavyweight division. Cyril Gane has expressed admiration for Jon Jones's skills and achievements, acknowledging that Jones's fame has overshadowed other fighters in the heavyweight division, including himself. Gane noted that Jones's prominence often leads to more attention on his own fights, making it harder for other fighters to gain recognition.
Cyril, do you feel like because everyone in your division seems to be just talking about Jon and Tom, that you were being unfairly forgotten as one of the best in the world at your weight?
Yeah, that's okay. I'm okay with this situation, you see, like, for the moment, I'm just focused on Volkov, and after, yeah, we're gonna talk maybe if I win this Saturday, me, Tom, what's gonna happen. But for the moment, I got no ego. I don't.
Yeah, I understand you don't want to talk about it. Do you believe that maybe outside of Jon Jones, you versus Tom is probably the biggest fight in this division?
Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, probably.
Jon Jones acknowledged Tom Aspinall's potential as a tough opponent, recognizing his impressive skills. He pointed out the age and size differences, noting that Aspinall is 7 years younger and 30 pounds heavier, which could present a unique challenge for him. He said, I understand that Tom is an exciting fighter. I get it. After 16 years, we finally found someone who's 7 years younger and 30 pounds heavier than me. It feels like we found someone who might actually present a real challenge. Frank Mir defended Jon Jones against accusations of avoiding a fight with Tom Aspinall, highlighting Jones's willingness to face any challenge and his history of competing against top-tier opponents throughout his career.
I think Aspinall's a phenomenal heavyweight. I think he's going to be there for a while. With Jon, it's hard for me to tell people. The guy has earned so much. I feel like sometimes people have such a short memory in our sport. The guy has been one of the most dominant fighters of all time. If he wants to pick and choose who he fights, at a certain point, he kind of earned the right to. But he faces criticism, I guess, from other people. But as far as what settles in my stomach, well, I get it. On paper, 5 years from now, Stipe is going to look just as good of an opponent as Aspinall did currently,
Mir's statement aimed to counter the narrative that Jones was ducking Aspinall, emphasizing Jones's record and reputation for consistently facing the best fighters in the UFC. This was a strong statement of support for Jones's competitive spirit and his readiness to fight anyone, no matter the challenge.
Because look how people are short memory with him right now. Oh, he's not the GOAT and he's dodging Tom. Like, man, this guy fought everybody. I don't count him out in a fight with Aspinall. I've trained with Jon. I know how he feels when he grabs a hold of you. I think Tom's hands could really be the X factor if we can catch him or not. Tom's striking is more powerful than a lot of the people and speed-wise in Jon's face. If Jon grabs him, though, I'm betting on Jon.
The rivalry between Jones and Aspinall has been building, fueled by their contrasting personalities and ambitions. Aspinall, confident and outspoken, has consistently called out Jones, even while climbing the heavyweight ranks. Is this the fight that will truly test Jon Jones? Can Aspinall overcome the veteran's experience, or will Jones continue his dominance? What's your prediction for this explosive showdown? Who do you think will come out on top? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the latest updates on this highly anticipated fight. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Who's your pick to win this thrilling matchup?